So you're just big chopped or newly natural and you don't know what to do with your hair. You've been scouring YouTube videos, looking at people's Instagram as well as Pinterest, and when you look at their routines, you're starting to wonder if this natural hair thing is worth the trouble. It seems time consuming, it seems hard, your hair is always tangled, it's always dry. You don't know where to start. Today, what I'm gonna do is try to break down caring for your natural hair after you big chopped or just being newly. We're gonna break it down. You're gonna realize that you don't need as much products. You're also gonna realize that some of what you have already can be usable, so you don't have to spend a lot of money and take a lot of time to be natural. And before we begin with the tips, I'm also excited to announce that this video is a giveaway in collaboration with a watch brand called Jord Watches. They make one-of-a-kind wooden timepieces. They actually sent me a wooden watch of my own, and I was really excited to receive it because I've never really thought of a wooden watch before and how it would look, but it's extremely classy. It does have the wood, and one that I have has a little bit of metal in it, but it's extremely beautiful. It comes in a lovely wooden box with a little secret drawer that you can put like your little studs and some necklaces in there, and it just looks really classy, perfect in time for the holidays. So the brand is giving away $100 gift card that you can use to purchase towards one of their watches, and I'm gonna leave that giveaway link below. All you have to do is fill in some information. You also get bonus points if you go ahead and follow them on Instagram. If you are interested in one of these timepieces and you want it now, you can use my code BEAUTYOUTSPOKEN on their website. I'm also going to link that down below, and you get a beautiful watch. And if of course you do enter the giveaway but also purchase a watch, they will fully refund you. So if you are buying a watch, I would also recommend entering the giveaway, because then you can get your money back, and that's kind of cool. Of course guys, please like the video if you found the tips helpful when I get to the tips, as well as comment any frustrations that you have, how you think the tips will help you, any tips that you've already incorporated that I've mentioned. I really just love hearing from you guys and creating a lovely dialogue in the video. So let's jump into the tips. So essentially, one of the first steps, and I would say it's one of the most important steps, is cleanse. And natural hair loves water. I know, contrary to popular belief, we always say it's not good to wash natural hair often, but if your hair is shorter, take advantage of the fact that it's shorter, and washing your hair is a much easier task. I would always recommend to shampoo at least once a week. Anything beyond that, especially if you have extremely kinky hair, is extremely drying, as well as it's not really necessary to use shampoo more than once a week, unless you're using a lot of gels and a lot of heavy products, and even then I would still think it's not that necessary to go 2 and 3 times shampooing every week. Shampoos, I will always recommend a shampoo always sulfate free. There are a lot of good sulfate free shampoos, and when I say sulfate free, these do have gentle sulfates in them, or sulfate derivatives that are not as harmful and drying to hair, that you can use, and these will get the gunk out, get all the gels, get all the heavy creams out without really stripping your hair. My favorite is always the Design Essentials Almond and Avocado Moisturizing and Detangling Sulfate Free Shampoo. This thing, I can detangle with this, so this is always special to me. The price is also really good, so I would always recommend this. Now if you also go to the gym and you just want your hair and your scalp to feel clean, you can skip the shampoo often and just go in with a co-wash. One of my favorites is the co-wash cleansing conditioner by Pantene. I'm not sure this one is continued, but this one is amazing for detangling, but also making sure the hair feels really good. And again, this is only if you have a lot of sweat in your head, if you do a lot of physical strenuous activities, but otherwise sulfate free once a week. Keep it simple, keep it safe. The second thing, this is the holy grail, and I would consider this one of, well, everything is important, let's skip that. But conditioning to natural hair is like air. It cannot survive without conditioner. If you have gotten past having straight hair, having your hair chemically processed before without deep conditioning, without conditioning your hair, then kudos to you. I don't know how you did it, but if you are natural, you will understand how crucial and important making sure your hair is condition, is to keeping your natural hair healthy, shiny, and not breaking off. And especially if you have kinkier hair like I do, conditioner is my holy grail. Now, I would always recommend to deep condition. I know a lot of people use rinse out conditioners. I find that if your hair is in the type 4 range, conditioners don't do much. You can use them to detangle, but I will always recommend a deep conditioner. Now, if you don't have the time to sit under a dryer and just have that heat, etc., that I would recommend, you can just use a shower cap and go ahead and put a little towel on. You can walk around the house, you can take your shower, you can shave, etc. About 10 to 15 minutes, and it's still going to do a lot more than if you did nothing. Again, once a week, once every 2 weeks, as much times as you shampoo your hair. For deep conditioners, I don't necessarily have a huge favorite. I would tell you that I have a lot of them that I really like. I like a coconut water one from Camille Rose. There's a really nice one from Cream of Nature, the flaxseed kind of one. They're really nice ones from African Pride. ORS has some nice ones. So there are a lot of deep conditioners that you can purchase within any price range that you feel comfortable with doing. I would also ensure that there are moisturizing ingredients at the top. So a lot of cetyl alcohols, a lot of fatty alcohols, behenotrium metasulfate. It's a very confusing word. I'm going to put it up. I always recommend making sure those kind of oils and stuff are very top in the ingredients. And of course, you still want to make sure there's a little bit of protein in there, some hydrolyzed silk, hydrolyzed keratin, hydrolyzed collagen, so that you have that moisture protein balance, because hair is made up of protein fibers. So you definitely don't want to just have your hair deep condition your hair with only moisturizing ingredients, and then your hair becomes mushy and it's not strong and can withstand all the styling that you want to do. And we're pretty much almost at the end, which is amazing. We just did 2 steps: shampoo, condition, and now we're going to moisturize and style the hair. Now, the easiest rule of thumb to follow is always the LOC or the LCO method, that being L being liquid, O being oil, and C being cream. So for your L or your liquid, you can use a prescribed leave-in conditioner. I just have an example here. This one is pretty decent. This is the Alikay Lemongrass leave-in conditioner. You can also use one that's not stereotypically a leave-in conditioner, but it can also be used as a moisturizer slash leave-in. And I want you to note that most leave-in conditioners can be used as moisturizers, so you don't need to buy a million different products. You can just buy a leave-in and use it as a moisturizer when your hair begins to get dry. But going back to the point, the Lotta Body Moisturized Curl and Style Milk can also use as a leave-in, but it's a little bit thicker than the Alikay. And if your hair is a bit finer and you just don't have the money to spend on products right now, and you kind of want to limit what you buy because you just bought a shampoo, you just bought a deep conditioner, you can just get a spray bottle, put some water in here, and if you have access to aloe vera juice or rose water, whichever one is cheaper and suitable for you, or you just have access to it, put that in here, spray it. If all else fails, just make sure your hair is damp before you go on to the CO or the OC step, and that is considered your liquid step. You don't have to stress and find a million different leave-ins. You can just use this. You can use whatever you really have access to. You may have had products from your relaxed days that you can use. Just use up your stuff. I think the steps that get a little bit more confusing is the O and C step, and I'm gonna just break it down pretty simple to you. If you decide to put your oil before your cream, aka do the LOC method, use a lighter oil and a heavier cream. And if you decide to do your C before your O, or you do the LCO method, make sure your oil is heavier than your cream. So in an example, if you decide to do the LOC method, you can use a light oil. A holy grail for me will always be coconut oil. I have this one from CGA Caribbean. If you are around the Caribbean, you can order online, as well as in Trinidad, you can order in the grocery stores. Or you can use something like argan oil. Argan oil is also a really nice favorite of mine. Really nice, really light, and gives the hair a really nice shine. And then for your C, since your oil is lighter, you want to use a heavier C. Now, I would recommend, if you already use it for your skin, use some shea butter. One of my favorites is beeswax, and I get a really lovely pomade, and I always talk about this. This is the Happy Curls Happy Girls beeswax pomade. They also sell online. If you are in Trinidad and Tobago, you can get this locally. And a favorite of mine, again, that is a bit higher end, so that's why I kind of use the Happy Curls Happy Girls more often, is the Comet Biologics Amla and Olive Heavy Cream. This is extremely thick, nice cream that is made up of so many different oils. Castor oil is actually first ingredient, so it really will go ahead and seal in the hair and everything that you've kind of done before, and the lighter oil will make sure that it's not too heavy things coming together and making your hair clammy and heavy. Now, if you decide to do the LCO method, that means that your oil needs to be heavier than your cream. So your cream may be a twisting cream, it may just be a regular oil moisturizer. If you are natural, you probably have, if you were relaxed previously, you probably have some kind of oil moisturizer that you used to use in your relaxed hair. You don't have to go and buy a new one. Use that for now until it's finished. If you don't have anything, I would actually recommend the Jamaican Mango and Lime Pure Naturals Coconut Butter Cream. I really like the Camille Rose Almond Joy's Twisting Butter. This is a little bit more high end. What I try to do in this video is give you guys more affordable versus a little bit more pricey options, but they work really well, keep my hair really moisturized. And for my O, which, did I seem to forget my O? Ooh, I'll just tell you guys, my O in this step, if my cream is a little bit lighter, is usually castor oil. Jamaican black castor oil or regular castor oil. Another oil I find is a bit, on the heavy side sometimes is avocado oil. It's not the most light oil compared to coconut oil. So I would use either of those, and I usually get a really nice seal. You can also use sweet almond oil. It's not an extremely heavy oil, but it is a great sealant and helps with really nice shine as well. And if you are somebody that has short hair, you like to define your curls, etc., after all of that, the LCO method, you just go on top and put your gel. I know this is like a hated thing in the community now, Eco Styler, but whatever gel you prefer. I'm not really a gel person, so whatever I have from years ago, I just keep on using because I don't use it that much, to be honest. And again, moisturize but style. So styling is where I would just encourage you guys to have fun. I know you're just big chopped, I know you're newly natural, and you're looking at a lot of the girls on Instagram and all these styles that they're doing, and you're getting scared, or you're feeling like you tried to twist out and it didn't come out like somebody else. But the reality is that barely anyone gets a perfect twist out on the first try. And essentially the only way to get a great twist out is to keep having terrible ones until you have your routine down lock, until you have your product. Use YouTube at your disposal, use Pinterest, Google, look at your favorite bloggers on Instagram, Facebook, see what they're doing. Everybody's doing hairstyling videos now and giving you so much opportunities to see the beauty in your hair. Don't get bogged down because you can't do a ponytail like you did when you were relaxed. Don't get bogged down because you can't slick back your hair, although you can because you can't, make your hair flat, or you can't just like there are ways around it. Natural hair doesn't have to be complicated. Just what I'm doing here, I just woke up, took off my bonnets, and this is what my hair looked like. And we always do extras on this channel that are extremely important. Is firstly sleeping with satin. I cannot stress all the time how important it is to sleep with satin. Now you can either use a satin bonnet or you can use a satin pillowcase, whichever one tickles your fancy. These two are from my brand called Crowning Glory, and right now I'm looking to take the brand online so I can ship worldwide, or at least throughout the Caribbean, so stay tuned for that. But satin is extremely important in making sure the hair keeps moisturized and reducing the frizz, the friction when your hair sleeps with all the cotton, making sure that your moisture stays in the hair and not on your pillows. It's extremely important to use satin to sleep with. It will save your hair. You will see changes almost immediately when you use satin on your natural hair. And another tip is always to detangle your hair properly. Now what I do is a combination of a wide tooth comb to begin, and then I go ahead with a paddle brush. And this is a special kind of paddle brush that I think I'm going to do a review on subsequently, but for now I would just tell you that you can go ahead and use a wide tooth comb, but always use a brush. Actually, what you need to do is make sure that you have a nice comb through with this, and then a smaller comb through with this, because the wide teeth of this is not going to get all the tangles and the fine knots that in your hair. So your hair is only truly detangled when it can go through a fine tooth comb, or at least a paddle brush that really gets into the hair and make sure it detangles all those really fine single strand knots and tiny knots that you can have at the roots that you may not be able to get with. And lastly, basically that's how simple the tips are, is invest in a dryer, a steamer, a soft bonnet dryer. One of my favorites is the Layla Ali bonnet dryer. I've had this for 4 years now and it still works. It's still amazing. It's Christmas time, probably, you know, tell somebody, send a link on Amazon, tell them you need it, you know. It's a good time now to kind of convince somebody to get this if you really can't afford one yourself. But this is going to change your hair life. Not only can this go ahead and assist with deep conditioning, it can also help with drying your styles when you get more adventurous into your braid outs and you want to dry it fast, or you want to get your perm rod sets and your flexi rod sets. I'm speaking into the future for you guys, but yeah, it really does make a difference in my hair. And when I want to wash my hair late and I don't want to spend too long with wet hair, this works perfectly, dries my hair really fast, it's ionic, so it goes through really quickly. So I love this a lot. So yeah, that's basically the end of the video. Okay, I'm excited, but essentially, natural hair is not as hard as we make it out to be. It really isn't. Cleanse, condition, moisturize, style as you wish, and just protect your hair, and you have really good natural hair. You don't have to do too much. If you don't want to, you don't have to do as much. Us on YouTube and just general people, we love to play with our hair, so that's why sometimes we would give you all these million steps. And you can take a look at some of my videos before that, where I have my routine, which is a little bit more advanced and a little bit more than this. But if you're just starting out, really get the basics, and then you can take it from there and add different rinses, do a pre-poo, etc. when you get to that point. But right now, keep it simple, sister. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was helpful, of course, comment, like the video. You can go ahead and check me out on Instagram. Say hi, like a few pictures, you know, follow me, that'll be cool. Well, I wish that somebody broke it down for me this simple when I was going natural and when I just big chopped, but alas, that's what I'm here for. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.